2015 BMW 228i rear-wheel drive manual. This is kind of an oddball spec for this car because most of them are Xdrive and most of them don't have a manual. I'm down here visiting Charlotte until March 12th, and we've come out to find some enjoyable roads in Patrick's BMW near Asheville. This is our friend, Pizza Squirrel. I don't know if he has a voice yet, or if Patrick's weird enough to have given it.
Pretty strange, but not that odd. My name is Squirrel.
This 228 has the M package and the track package. M package gives it the adaptive suspension. The track package, I honestly have no idea. I'm going to take you through step by step everything this car has on the build sheet in a minute. But we've just found a windy road, and what I'm finding with this car is that I'm more confident in it in these kind of slow speed corners where I can really express the capabilities of the front axle than I am with it on faster corners. So in faster corners it feels a little less confident, but like turn in on stuff like this, I'm not nervous. I feel like I know what's going on with the car. The cult of BMW is nearly religious, so I've brought you to a church in rural North Carolina to tell you about the options on this 228i M Sport. It's well equipped, all in $44,130, and that gives it the M Sport package. The M Sport package is going to give it those 18-inch gray wheels, the adaptive suspension, the sport seats, the high gloss black trim, the aluminum hexagon interior trim, the M steering wheel, the aerodynamic kit, the rear spoiler, the Shadowline exterior trim, anthracite headliner. Really, the only thing that matters in that is going to be those wheels, the adaptive suspension, and the sport seats. Otherwise, we're just wasting our time trying to sell stuff in a dealership. Cold weather package, very important. We need the heated steering wheel and the heated seats. Lighting package. BMWs are notorious, just like VW, for having very bad stock headlights. If you don't go up on the lighting package, you're not seeing anything in front of you, especially if you're gonna drive the car fast. You will overdrive those headlights so quickly, you'll hit a deer and you'll never know what happened to you at 120 miles an hour. What's most frustrating is that you have to get the track handling package in order to get those brakes. That package also gives you the adaptive steering, but that's kind of a pain because that should all come within the M Sport package. Frustrating that you've got to get both. All said and done, you've added $12,000 to the base price of $32 grand for this particular car. It's a quiet little engine.
Yeah, you don't really get any intake or exhaust noise on it. But it's a really quick turn.
Beautiful steering input. I can feel a lot more on this car than I can from, say, the Xdrive version of it. And the variable rack, it's crazy because when you're in a parking lot, lock to lock, it's basically like one turn, right? Like 1.5 turns.
Pretty much, less than that.
A little bit of feedback from those Michelin Pilot Super Sports. We've got nice on-camber corners. I like this car because it's got this nice short wheelbase. So it feels a little more nimble, and I can tell when we're going to start getting into the understeer. The N20 is very quiet. If you put the windows down and you're in a tunnel or next to a rock face, you may hear the hint of turbo spooling. But other than that, it doesn't give you a whole lot of indication that it's there, which is great for a daily driver. It's not an M car, and it's not supposed to be. But what you do get in the 228 is a package that gives you a very modern, efficient engine that's still fairly playful in a pretty dynamic, exciting chassis. Uphill, on camber, just a cliff off to our right.
This is a switchback here.
Could use a little more legs on that second gear. But it is kind of nice that they gave me these nice short gears because the reality is I've got enough torque to kind of pull myself out of the hole in third. Easy heel toe placement on the pedal box so I can really just feed it what I want it. Brakes are progressive, initial bite, not too nasty. And we're quiet enough that people aren't hearing us wailing through the hills and getting mad. So you wanted to put a different exhaust on this. You were looking at the Super Sprint?
You can actually take the M Performance exhaust off an F30 and modify it slightly and it'll fit. You just have to cut the tips an inch apparently. It'll supposedly.
This car is the right size for these roads. I think like my E92, it'd start to feel like a boat up here. It's beautiful. This road is amazing. I love dipping a wheel into these quick transitions. And I definitely prefer this engine to what's in the M235i. I feel like it's a lot more responsive.
So we'll hit the Blue Ridge Parkway, and then we'll be on that for a short time, and we can turn, we'll turn off of it pretty quickly, because I don't really like the Blue Ridge Parkway all that much. People really like the Blue Ridge Parkway, but it's honestly, like, if you're local, one of the worst roads to go on, because it's just tourists, and then people see a bear and just stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Keep going around here, and we'll take a left onto the parkway. So go, oh shit, it's closed.
Yeah, we can't go that way, so we've got to go back.
Didn't know that. What is up here?
I don't know.
You want to go down the
Should
hill?
we?
Yeah, we can go down.
Is there anything here?
I don't
It's
know.
just dirt.
I have no idea. Yeah, this whole road is going to be like this.
We found some country-ass country out here. Now we're just on a dirt road. It's unfortunate because the road looks like it's going to be awesome, but unless we're going to be chip and paint drifting it, not so great.
And someone's already whacked his door. I wonder if he's cut these corners once or twice.
Yeah. So this does have the M brakes, and they bring you back down in a hurry. So the track package with these brakes is actually not a bad option. These roads out here are absolutely stunning, and I am having a lot of fun because I get to do a couple of these tight corners, which I don't get a lot of experience that up in New England unless I'm in New Hampshire or Vermont. Out here in North Carolina, we go up into the mountains and you can just find this stuff for days. Look at this. I'm gonna head straight up into here. I don't even know if this one's on the map.
Nope.
Look at this. There's not quite enough power to get this thing to brake loose just on throttle coming out of a corner, which makes it pretty safe. It's not lethal torque out of this little 4-cylinder turbo, but it's enough torque to get it out of its own way and pull it out of a corner.
Yeah.
Little bump. Ooh, takes the bumps well, even in the stiff suspension mode. Now that I've driven pretty much every variation of this car, from the M235i, Xdrive manual and automatic and rear wheel drive, and the 228i and an Xdrive automatic, and now the 228i with the manual and rear wheel drive, that's a mouthful. I think this might be my favorite variation of the car. While the N20 is not the most spirited, excited engine, it's also a little more playful than the N55, and I don't have to wait quite as long for the turbo to kick in. I also feel like it's lighter and it's set further towards the center of the car. So when I do turn in, this 228i, although with less power than the M235i, feels more nimble and exciting on a back road. So, if I have to choose a winner between the whole lineup, how would I spec out my 2 Series if it wasn't an M2? I think I would go with the 228i rear-wheel drive manual with the M package and the track package. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to respect the drive. Like, share, comment, and subscribe as you please. I'll catch you in the next one. What are you doing? I bet sodomizing a squirrel is more legal in North Carolina than sodomize a human.
Well, the Supreme Court allows you to sodomize people. That's pretty.